Hey everybody, this is Noah Cut Light Smoke on YouTube. I'm here with Mark Swanson and we're with iROBUSTO, and this is the second cigar battle. We're going to be doing live streams weekly on Fridays, and we're going to explain kind of what's going on here. We're going to be picking 16 cigars and putting them in kind of an NCAA bracket, and we're going to have you guys vote every week and knock them down and see who can come up with the best cigar, and all the way at the end we might smoke it in the last video. But we're just trying to have fun here and get you guys to interact, and maybe possibly give out some prizes. Who knows? It's all fun. But I'm going to pass it over to Mark to kind of explain our little seed procedure here, and then we can start drawing cigars and see who falls where.
All right. So Noah pretty much covered everything. He's got to let everybody know that this is the amazing epic battle. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. I mean, 16 cigars going head to head in 4 weeks of action. Wow, you can't miss this. It's just so epic. The one thing though is we have two of the same cigars that were in the last battle, and the reason being is those were the two that went heads up. That was the Flor de las Antillas and the Alva Serie V Bellicoso. So we've put those two cigars in seed 1 and in seed 16 so that they don't match up against each other in the first round. We want to see how they fare against everything. Voting and everything was very close on those two cigars and in the last couple of rounds. So we're going to go into a hat, pick everything out random. There'll be 16 cigars to start. Next week, or actually during this week, you'll get a chance to vote. Then we go down to 8, 4, and 2. And Michael Jordan, and we'll do the final round for us, because he has nothing better to do, right?
Oh yeah. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to the world my brand new cigar hat, which I have all the cigars in. Getting a little warmer here in Indiana, so I can't wear this wool hat anymore. So I figured, hey, you know what? I look like I need to be out in the tobacco field, so here we go. So we're going to start with seed 1 is going to be the Oliva Serie V Torpedo. And the next one for seed 2 is going to be the Rocky Patel Vintage 1999 or 1990 Toro. Excuse me.
Whoa,
that'll be a nice little face-off. Those are some classic cigars people really enjoy. So, okay, now seed 3, we're just going to keep on going, and then when we get to the last one, we know that Flor de las Antillas Robusto is going to be the final seed. So, seed number 3, we have the CAO Gold Robusto. So that's a lighter one, and it's going to be up against the Carlos Terrano Exodus 1959 50 Years Robusto. That's a completely different cigar, so I'm sure when they're voting on that one, it's going to be either you like a mild cigar or you like something with a lot of bang, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, what we'll do though is we'll make sure that whenever we put up the voting and stuff, we can make sure that we always want the one that we want to win, on top. And try to sway the votes or whatever, If it's very informal here. We like
to stack the deck here,
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so seed number 5, we have the Brick House Robusto, a cheap but good cigar. And then up against that will be the Hoyo de Nicaragua Antonio Dark Corojo in the El Martillo size, which is a Toro. Now that's a pretty unique cigar. A lot of weird flavors in that one. Weird but good. Next up, we have the Alec Bradley Family Blend VR1. Pretty good one. Has a nice little cool pigtail cap on it. And that will face off against the La Herencia Cubana Core Toro. Pretty good cigar. It has a lot of leather flavor. Now, I did buy a box of those once, and it comes wrapped in leather, so maybe that's why. We don't know. We're still investigating here at iROBUSTO. We have a whole team on it. Up next is the La Roma de Cuba Mi Amor Magnifico. Now that is a fantastic cigar. I really love that one. I hope that you guys don't vote that down, but it depends on what it's against, which will be the EP Carrillo Inch Natural number 62. Big old fat boy, decent cigar. EP Carrillo blends a lot of really good cigars. His family has a lot of history in the cigar industry, and I love a lot of his stuff. I don't know about the fat cigars though. I don't know about you, Mark, but I feel like I'm just like, baseball bat. Like
yeah. Well, I got a little something here. This is factory overrun from Germany.
How are those?
It's good. It's Dominican. It's just a cigar, regular. It's kind of got a little bit of a twang to it, you know, that like Leander always mentions, that Dominican twang that pops into your mouth there. Pretty strong, full body, cheap, 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 cheap.
Hey, but if
I don't want to just, you know, the cigar battle is too much excitement. I don't want to, you know, smoke the good stuff and not be able to experience it as much. I got to have a little bit something a little less here, you know.
Yeah, I busted out something nice today. I have the Padilla 1932, Signature 1932, but it's the original blend. I believe they changed it up when they rebranded. I was really disappointed when they got rid of these, so I stocked up, and they've been sitting in my humidor for 3 or 4 years, and these things are delicious. You can tell that they've been aged. They were aged when I got them brand new, you know, and now sitting in the humidor for a while longer, it's a lot better. It's got a little bit of a kick. It still maintains that, but it's got this really nice sweetness, and the aroma is just fantastic. I think I commented on our G Plus page. I was telling a story about a guy at a beach one time. I was smoking this cigar, and he came across the whole beach. He comes up to me. He was a very Hispanic guy. He said, "Hey, what kind of cigar you have?" He said, "I smell it down the beach. I love it." And I said, "Hey." He had no idea what it was, but he loved it anyway. So,
Padilla.
little story, yeah, Padilla, 1932. So, yeah, this is the Robusto. So, but it's I don't know. I haven't tried the new one yet. Maybe I'll have to make my rounds. But next up, we have the La Gloria Cubana Rabito de Cochina, or Cochino. Gotta get that right. Now, these come in little coffins of 3. Bought a box of those a while back, and they're pretty cheap. I think I want to say you can probably get a box for about $70, and they're fantastic little skinny sticks. They're 6.5 by 46, and they have a little pigtail cap there, and the foot is uncut. They're really good. I like them. Some people don't, but hey, what are you gonna do? And that will be facing off against one of my all-time favorites, the Diesel Unholy Cocktail, an AJ Fernandez blend, which if you've ever seen any of my cigar reviews, you know I like AJ Fernandez. He makes a lot of great stuff, and his prices are fantastic. I mean, it beats most everything. Diesel's been one of my favorite lines for a long time, so that'll be interesting because those are 2 cigars I really enjoy. I'm curious to see what people will vote for. So and after that, we have the Man of War Ruination Bellicoso, another AJ Fernandez blend. Now this one's got quite a kick to it, and it's bold, but it's good. It's not gonna kill you and you know put you in the hospital, but it's a good one.
Let me ask you something, Noah. What happens if the AJ Fernandez goes up against AJ Fernandez?
Ooh,
what are you gonna do?
I might freak out, dude. I might have to just run away. So I don't know. Or I'll just smoke them both at the same time, and maybe I'll create a new blend.
All right.
But our Man of War Ruination Bellicoso is going to be against the Grey Cliff G2 Toro. Now I gotta say, I don't think the Grey Cliff G2 Toro has any chance whatsoever. It's a really good cigar. It's a very good mild cigar. I always give it to people. I actually have a couple boxes of them. I give them to people who haven't had cigars before because it's mild, but it's got a lot of flavor. It's not too strong, but it's enough flavor that I still enjoy it, even though I like the full-bodied stuff. But it's a decent one, but I got to say the Man of War Ruination, I think it's going to just put this thing in the ground. We'll see. I don't know. I have been wrong before. And next up, to battle the Flor de las Antillas. In seed 15 is, believe it or not, another AJ Fernandez cigar. Can you guess it?
No.
It's the New World in the Toro size.
That's pretty cool. I have one of those right now. I just picked up a New World, so that's good. I'm looking forward to that one. So I'll save that for smoke it up if it gets beat. But if it makes it, I can smoke it up too.
Those are honestly probably one of my new favorite cigars. They range from about $550 to $650 retail. You can get them for cheaper if you go on some of those, you know, bid sites and stuff. But man, they are phenomenal for the price. It's just the quality is up there with things like Padrones and, you know, Liga Privada stuff. It's just fantastic, and it's just got that delicious chocolate bar looking box press wrapper. I absolutely love it. I did a review of that cigar, and you know, I think it's going to be probably in my top 10 of the year. I've mentioned before on my reviews, I'm going to go through everything that I've kind of reviewed for the year and do a top 10. But I think that one's going to make it. But that's going to be an interesting battle too, though, because it's against that Flor de las Antillas, which everybody seems to love because it got that cigar of the year last year. So, well, 2 years ago, was it? Or yeah, because last year was the Serie V Milanio. The year before was the Flor de las Antillas. So, and I do like that, but I think I don't know. I think that one's a little bit overrated, I gotta say. I think the New World's gonna crush it.
Yeah, I think the Don Pepin's been putting out some good ones. The Flora de las Antillas, I did a review on that one as well, and I was all wax poetic, going crazy about the pronunciation more so than the structure of the cigar. And my reviews aren't as in depth as everybody else. I'm more just talking about like, hey, this is good, that's good, yep, I like that, oh yeah, and having fun there. But I think that we should hold off though on giving away the $100 that we were going to give away to the person that could recite the seeds. Remember?
Wasn't it $1,000?
It was yeah. Well,
we're doing 10 people get $100. Was that what it was?
Yeah, it was 10 people who can get $100 if they. We're not gonna do that because
not gonna do that one.
No, not. We're like, but if anybody can recite the seeds in order without watching the video and rewinding right now, if you could put that in the comment box, we were gonna give away 10 $100 bills to whoever could do that.
We'll send you a cigar if you could do that, but
yeah, you only have.
We're gonna have
30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Go.
So let's go through them again, and give, if you can, do it real quick and give the prices too. Let's talk about prices. If you could, just off the top of your head.
Now here we go. We're not going to be in order because I got these things laying out. I'm going to have to go back and look at the video myself to get our seeds straight. We're all about just going on a whim here. So we got. I'll just start going through them. Rocky Patel, vintage 1990 Toro. That's off top of the head, $10 to $50 or $10 to $12 cigar. It's good, but it's kind of up there when the competition. Oh, there's some stuff out there. If I'm paying $12, I don't know if I'm going for that. La Herencia Cubana or Toro. That's a $5 or $6 cigar, I believe. Not too bad. You can get a deal on these, and they're pretty good. So that's a deal. Brick House, the retail on this cigar is somewhere around $5, and that thing was ranked pretty high on Cigar Aficionado a few years back when it came out. Everybody loves them. It's a classic cigar, very cheap. CAO Gold Robusto, one of their cheaper blends as well. It's I believe it's in the Leander solid price range. So that's something. If you like mild cigars, there you go. Boom, got it. Grey Cliff G2 Toro. You can get a box of 20 of these for $60. That's why I give these out to people. They're cheap, but they're fantastic. Great cigar. La Gloria Cubana Rabito de Cochino. Man, all this Spanish stuff. I'm telling you. I took a couple of years of Spanish in school. I did all right, but it's been a while, so I'm trying to work on it. But these are I think I said $70 for a box of it's either 18 or 24. Not too bad. So decent price for these, and they come in cool little coffins of 3, like I said, and they got a little ribbon around them. Sometimes though they do tie the ribbon a little too tight, and the cigars end up just being like this weird looking deal. So I don't know, but hey, that's a conversation piece then. Man of War Ruination, Bellicoso, AJ Fernandez, always great with price. I think the retail is technically $10 to $12 on these, but you can always get a good deal on a lot of those big box sites. So, if you're smart, you're going to get those for cheap. Same thing with the Diesel Unholy Cocktail. I think the retail, you can get them for $100, box of 30. Not a bad price at all for 30 cigars in the box. Alec Bradley Family Blend VR1. That's not terrible. I think that's maybe a $7 or $8 cigar if I remember correctly. It's decent. I don't know if that'd be my go-to for that price range though. Pollo de Nicaragua, Antonio, Dark Corojo El Martillo. That's not too expensive. I think that's in the same range, $7, $8 range or so. And it's a cigar that I don't think everybody would love. It's very unique in flavor, but if you have an experienced palate, I think it's kind of a cool experience. I have some of those. Like I said, not my go-to again for that price range, but it is something you should try out. Try out any cigar. To anybody watching, you should always give something a chance, and even if it sucks, give it another chance. I've done some reviews where I'm going back to visit that were, horrendous, but you always got to give it another chance. Oh, we got the Series V Torpedo, and
yeah, we forgot the one that won the last battle. There's no problem.
Yeah, well that's number 1 seed. So we have that.
15 minutes.
The Oliva Series V Torpedo again. Very classic, great cigar. I know last time this was in the Bellicoso, but I didn't have any of those on hand, so we did change it over to the Torpedo. Did want to make a note of that. Very similar cigar. I believe this one's just an inch longer. So flavor profile is very bold, and I love this cigar. I always have, and the Melanio extension is fantastic. I think everybody knows by now that that's great. This is $10 cigar, so pretty good one, but another one you can get a deal on. You know, I'm all about those online deals. I love to support brick and mortars, but man, if you're paying $3 compared to $10, sorry, I'm shopping online. So next up, Carlos Torano Exodus, 1959, 50 years, Robusto. That's another cigar you can get a deal on, and it's probably, you know, honestly, I've paid a lot. I think I paid $3 or $4 per stick when I bought a box of this. So I think the retail is probably between 8 or 10. It's a really good cigar, though. I do recommend it. Does a lot. Age does wonders to that cigar. La Roma de Cuba, Mi Amor, Magnifico, fantastic cigar from that company. This thing is a $10, $12 cigar, but it's really good. It's got that nice box press. I tell you, some of my favorite cigars are box press cigars, and it's just this chocolatey Mexican wrapper. Very delicious, very delicious. So highly recommend that one. We'll see what you guys say with the voting. They're probably all going to spite me and vote against everything that I've said, so who knows. Carrillo Inch Natural, number 62. Now that one is, I think, in the $7 or $8 range, possibly. Retail, like I said, I go online for a lot of my cigars, so I pay a lot less typically, unless it's something that you just never see deals on. And, you know, it's a decent cigar. I'm not a huge fan of the big rings, like I said. I'll never grow on that trend. I buy some of them to try them out, but I still am contemplating ever smoking one of those 70 or 80 ring gauge. Like, why would you do that? It's just hilarious, you know? But each their own, I suppose. New World, AJ Fernandez, another deal. Like I was saying, $550, $650 in that range, depending on the size. The Toro, I think, is $650, but fantastic cigar. You know, I've seen a few people actually rate this as their cigar of the year last year, and, you know, hats off to them because it's all around just a win, you know, price and quality. Bam. Flor de las Antillas, that's, I believe, $8 to $10 cigar. Very good cigar as well. Can't get as many deals on these because of some of these, you know, cigar of the year things. You know, people jack up the prices and they never give you a deal on it because then they go out of stock. And I know you can hardly get the Melanio right now. Oliva can barely keep up with the production. So, but hey, that's all of our 16 cigars, and you know, there's a varying range of prices. We didn't go with anything too expensive. We want it to be something where you guys can, you know, no matter what your budget is, you can still kind of afford them regardless. So I think we probably top out at maybe $12 on our little range, and we start out as low as $3. And, you know, Mark and I were talking about in the future possibly doing maybe a luxury edition of the Cigar Battle and just do all these sticks that we can barely afford and go broke in the middle of it, you know. But who knows?
Exactly. Well, we're going to keep it to about 15 to 20 minutes. That's what we plan to do. We don't want it to go too long. We want you to enjoy your cigars. But next time we'll see you next week around the same time. Pretty informal. We'll just do our thing. Wanted to give a shout out to the show, which we're doing on Sunday nights, as you know, the Meet in the Middle show, which is every Sunday night at 7 p.m. This weekend, we have a really good cigar coming up. But back to the Cigar Battle, you will be able to find the voting, and everything will be on the iROBUSTO.com website. There'll be a page that will be done each week where voting can be easy. Those people that are on G Plus can vote there. People that are on Facebook can vote as well. And the Twitter following can also vote on the Cigar Battle. And every Thursday night, what we're going to do is Noah and I are going to go over what's won and what's going to advance. And then we just do the recap on a Friday night and let you know what's going on.
Yeah, maybe yell at you guys if you shoot down some of my favorites.
Yeah, there you go.
Careful, now, how you vote.
Exactly. We know who you are now. It's all anonymous. Everything can be anonymous. You can, but you can air your grievances publicly if you feel the need to. And in the meantime, what you got to do is cut it, light it, and smoke it.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So when we get our next broadcast planned, I'll be shooting out event notifications to everybody on my YouTube channel, as well as G Plus, Facebook, and Twitter on my personal accounts and on iROBUSTO, all of those iROBUSTO accounts. So look for those. You guys will know well in advance, you know, when it's going to be. We're going to try to stick in the same time range. You know, maybe we'll change it up a few minutes here and there, but you know, for the most part, it's going to be in the same time range every Friday. So, and also you guys need to go on iROBUSTO, and you need to sign up for our mailing list. I mean, we need you there. So you guys need to hit that up. There's a little pop-up that comes up. It's really easy. Sign up. You can win prizes with the possibly the cigar battle down the road. You know, maybe we're giving away $1 million. I don't know, but at least on the Meet in the Middle show, they are giving prizes away like crazy. You know, sometimes I'm thinking, man, I should sign up, but I know Mark's not sending me anything. So hey,
yeah. It's like I've called him like 4 times already. There's like, but it keeps coming from the same IP address.
Yeah, I keep putting in different emails, but he won't send me cigars. I don't know.
He cut light smoke 1, cut light smoke 2.
Be creative over here, you know. That's what we're all about. So,
all right, everybody. So we'll see you everywhere around the iROBUSTO site, the community, and everything. And remember, one last time, iROBUSTO.
do you?
See
See you guys.